Welcome to lesson 46. We're going to learn our second method for solving a system of linear equations, substitution. So in this model, you're going to see how we use algebra to isolate one variable. So either find x or y, solve for x or y, and then we're going to substitute the expression in for the other. So if I know what x is equal to, I'm going to take that and substitute it into an equation. And using that, I'm going to solve for the other variable. So that's going to be our third step. And then use that to figure out, once I have x and y, we have our coordinates. All right, so let's jump in. And before I even do anything, these are the 4 steps you're going to see me do. First, same things just like the CFS. I'm going to isolate the variable. Then I'm going to substitute. Matter of fact, I want to make sure I have basic words. We're going to isolate for one variable. We're going to substitute into the other variable. And then once we find that one, we're going to substitute both in and solve. And at the end, we have the option of checking. All right, so a lot of subbing. That's why we call this the substitution method. Let's jump in. We're going to solve the system of linear equations by substitution. Negative 3x plus y equals 1 and 4x plus y equals 8. Now, we get choice, so the first thing I want to do is to isolate. I want to find either y equals or x equals. So I'm just going to pick one, and it's really helpful if you can just put this into y-intercept form. So I'm going to take negative 3x plus y equals 1, and I'm going to do this. Y is equal to 3x plus 1. Why am I doing that? Because I want to be able to substitute for y. So now watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to sub for y. I'm going to take, you could do any equation, but I'll take the second one. So 4x plus y equals 8. I'm going to take all this and put it in for y. So 4x plus 3x plus 1 equals 8. Obviously, I'm just distributing a positive 1, so 3x plus 1 equals 8. I'm just going to use some algebra. And I figured out that x is equal to 1. And that's what we want. We want to figure out what one variable is equal to. Great. So now that we know what x is equal to, let's substitute to figure out what y is equal to. Again, it doesn't matter what equation you want to use. I'll even go back to the other one. Negative 3x plus y equals 1. Negative 3 times 1 plus y equals 1. So y is equal to 4. And there we have it. All I did there, I didn't, because of space, I just didn't do the plus 3, but you can follow through on my work. So now I have my solution. So let's put that in. There is one solution, and the solution is 1, 4. That is where these two lines will meet. So I can do the optional check, which would be to just plug in those 2 points into both equations, because I want to make sure that it's true for both. So negative 3 times 1 plus 4 is equal to 1. Negative 3 plus 4 is equal to 1. That is true. I get 1 is equal, when you add 4, you get 4 is equal to 4, which is a true statement. I'll do the same thing on the other side. 4 times 1 plus 4 is equal to 8. 4 plus 4 is equal to 8. So I could already see it's the correct answer, but let's simplify it all the way to one term. 8 is equal to 8. So there we have it. That is how we use the substitution method. Isolate, sub, and we check our work. hit pause and jot this down. All right, why don't you try to use those same 4 steps? Refer to your notes if you need to. First step is going to be to isolate. Use those 2 equations and isolate for y is equal to or x is equal to. Doesn't matter which one, we're going to end up with the same solution at the end. All right, let's do the reveal and see if we got the same answer I did. The solution should be -2, 2. All right, so I'm going to walk through. If you had the correct answer, great. Go continue practicing. Remember, it's not just a hole in one. You want to really lock this in by doing it multiple times to make sure you know this method. And if you're a little unsure, you want to see how I work through it, I'll jump right in. So the first thing I'm going to do is I want to isolate for one of these variables. So I'm going to use the first one. X plus 3y equals 4. That was just my choice. And I'm going to subtract 3y on both sides to get x is equal to -3y plus 4. So there we go. I've isolated for one of them. So now that was my first step, isolate. Second step, sub. I'm going to use my second equation, -x plus 2y equals 6. And I'm going to sub in. So -3y plus 4 plus 2y equals 6. Now notice here I'm putting it in parentheses because that's what x is equal to, and now I want it to be negative. So I'm going to distribute that -1, and now I have 3y minus 4 plus 2y equals 6. Let's combine like terms. 5y minus 4 equals 6. 5y, add 4 to both sides, equals 10. And I can solve this. Y is equal to, I'm dividing both sides by 5. 10 divided by 5 is 2. So you notice I'm starting to compact some steps just because of space, but normally I would write out all those different parts. But at least I know y is equal to 2. So now I'm going to go back to the beginning, and if I know y is equal to 2, I'm going to substitute. So x plus 3y equals 4. X plus 3 times 2 equals 4. So x plus 6 equals 4. I'm going to subtract 6 on both sides. X is equal to -2. And those are my 2 points. My solution is -2, 2. And you can see I got it from here and from here. All right. So if you wanted to double check, you could also go and take these 2 points and sub them into both equations. I'm not going to do that for now for time. But I hope this is really helpful to you. I do think so that you're always certain, it always makes sense to do the substitution. But that's it for today's lesson. I will, if you want to see what this looks like with a no solution or infinite solutions, just keep watching. I'm going to pop in and add that into as another video, and I'll put the link in into the comments of this one. I'll see you in the next lesson, Math Marbles. Be well.